one of the important aspects of those kind of applications that are targeting internal business user or eventually outside consumers is that we are now in the next generation of application. Users or consumers need application that they can use without training. And so that's part of the trends that we looked at before building this platform. So if you look at all those five big trends, the important thing is the smart device and tablets. So the Action Apps platform is targeting to those type of devices. Cloud computing, because we want this type of application to be deployed very quickly. So cloud is the best platform for that, so there's nothing to install. You just download the apps and it runs. The fourth point here is consumerization. So that means your users already have some smartphones or some tablets, so they don't understand why coming back to their office, they still have to use ugly user interface such as Salesforce ones or SAP ones. So they want something they could use without being trained for 5 days, and this is very important aspect of the things that leads us to the Action Apps. And the last one is the big data. Obviously, if you want to analyze business, you have to analyze all the data that are crossing by the information system. So at some point in time, it's a vast amount of data. So introducing Action Apps. Action Apps are lightweight consumer-style application. So we can have it on smartphones, you can have it on Android phones or tablets. It's very important because it targets some business users inside your company, but also it could target your customer. Imagine you're a company that is selling electronic goods, and some point in time you want to do some promotion. And it could be interesting to give to consumers a list of the promotion you will do the next 3 months. And let each of those individual consumers say what product they're interested in, and eventually at what price they're ready to buy your product you're going to put on promotion. So imagine you have this application to your consumers, and you have thousands of consumers that are telling you, oh, I'm interested in Blu-ray DVDs, and I'm buying it at 100. And so before even doing your promotion, you already know at what price you will have the best return if you do your promotion. So that's the kind of Action Apps you can deploy. So it can deploy to consumers, but also to business users. And how it works. So it's really very simple. So there's only 3 steps. The system is analyzing data. It has a lot of features that was described in the real-time BI, very similar type of features. But the first step is you select probes. So you will be given some business information, or so consumer information if it's an Action Apps towards consumers. And you just have to action it. And say, okay, I'm interested in those type of information. So it could be, if you're a store manager, a level of stock on this type of product. The very important aspect of probes is that because it's big data, because you're manipulating tons of data, not all the data are important. And Action Apps is targeted to work on exceptions instead of working on everything. When you're a store manager in the food department, when it's summertime, you're interested in ice cream. But when it's wintertime, it's another type of product that you're interested in, and you want to monitor very precisely. So Action Apps will help you decide and say which information are important at what time, instead of having tons of information coming from everywhere on every subject. So you select the probe, so you select the subject you're interested in, And in this subject, you can also drill down to product or consumer or customer or you're interested in. So that's the first step. So you've been proposed some information you're interested in, and you just action the probe so that it works. And the next step is because the system is going to analyze all of those information. At some point in time, you're not interested in every aspect of this information. You're only interested in this information when it reaches a trigger. So you're running out of stock. So an example of that is e-commerce site. You have, the new Harry Potter DVD, but you reach the level where you won't have any more DVD to sell, so it's no more interesting to still have it on your front page of your e-commerce site, so you'll have to remove it. So we were involved in a discussion with a marketing from a transportation company. They want something that will disconnect the Google ad when they have no more things to sell. Because at the moment, between the moment they're running out of product and the moment they're removing the ad from Google, they found out that they could spare 15% of the amount of the ads they're putting on Google. So these are the kind of things you can automate within Action Apps. The next step, and very important step, is actions. Action is gonna lead you back to the information system. It leads you back to your ERP, your CRM, whatever application you want to, and you just have to put some parameters on your application. The easiest actions is to notify. So it's kind of like the alerts in traditional BI applications. And this is the results and the monitoring tool you have once you have the action apps in place. Very interesting aspects. Those action apps will be grouped into action app stores. So partners, system integrators, us, customer will build apps. And if you're, say, a marketing manager, you will have a list of action apps that are targeted to you that will help you do some things in your business. And it will be up to you to download and use them. So these are examples of Action Apps application that you can find on the presentation. You can find example in any industry. So this Action Apps platform is a cloud-based platform, as I said, because it's easier to implement. We don't want the customer to pay for the whole thing. We just want the customer to pay for the action apps they're gonna use, so it will be very cheap, and so we expect a lot of action apps to be developed by partners ecosystem. So, for those who don't know us too much, alongside Ingress database, we have a data warehouse database called Vectorwise. Like Ingress, it's a database that is coming from the academic community. It was built in the Netherlands in the University CWI of Amsterdam. It's similar to the MIT in the US. It's a very historical product as well because it goes back to the early days of the data warehouse DBMS. It's a columnar DBMS. It was one of the very first columnar DBMS. And so the academic product is open source. You can download it from the web. And the commercial product is called Vectorwise. And the interesting aspect of Vectorwise, it's a database that has free engine in it. So there's the Ingress traditional transactional engine in it. It has the analytical engine. And it will have in the near future a native XML engine. So with one database, you can manipulate structured, unstructured data, do some queries that are mixing both. And if you guys have visit the tpc.org website, you will find out that we have world record on performance on this database. And the important aspect of this database is that you don't have to have specific hardware to run it. Most of the performance database you will find on the BI market will get this performance based upon additional hardware, massively parallel hardware. That's not the case with VectorWise. VectorWise uses your existing hardware. We did benchmark between a 16-core SQL server, and we benchmarked it versus a simple laptop. We were five times faster on the laptop than a 16-core SQL Server engine. So it's a very fast database that helps our Cloud Action platforms, but also helps any other BI products.